what's going on?
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Toy Duo Team. We're live. It's Saturday. We're going to talk about toys and action figures. Roll the music.
Addiction and your shelves are overflowing.
Hold tight.
When you don't know what new is coming, but you fear you might miss out. Just sit right back. Just relax and watch you listen. The Toy Duo Team brings you what you need. The toy news you didn't know you needed. Action figures, TV news, all the pop culture you can handle
I love it when a plan comes together. What?
on your shelf.
All right, everybody. We're back, and it's the Toy Duo Team. Today, we got me and Genre. I think you're still living in your Masters in the Universe world from last week because you showed us that Mumra.
Oh, yeah, I didn't change the name. You're right. Do you
Yeah,
need me to change it to something new?
No, it's fine. Today is episode 124, and we're going to be talking about action figures. And we've got some G.I. Joes on the title card. But first, let's just get into it for a little bit. Let's talk about some crowd funds. Since Hasbro doesn't have anything, I think Mattel Creations doesn't really have anything. I know McFarlane has their drawing board. And recently on the McFarlane Toy Show, they announced that they were going to be doing one of their drawing board crowd funds for this Harlequin figure. So this is, they're really trying to get all they can out of this DC contract before it goes away. That's the way I see this.
This is an action figure with a bat and a pistol. And then is that a trading card?
So there's a poster.
Postcard?
There's some temporary tattoos. There is a base stand. That's the Suicide Squad thing. There's a bat and a pistol. A trading card.
Temporary tattoos.
Art
Okay.
card. And then the actual Harlequin figure. And this is based on Margot Robbie's Harlequin from the Suicide Squad. Now it's interesting to me because how long ago did the Suicide Squad come out?
Yeah, that was a while back, right? A couple years.
I feel like this is just a way to like get every ounce you can out of that DC license while you still got it.
Yeah.
Right. So this is like level 1. They didn't say pricings. More information is coming out, I think, like this coming week about its launch date and stuff like that. But anyways, this is like the first tier. So you're usually, there's multiple tiers. I'll show you each one as we go. This is the second tier. Whoa. So it'll be the Harlequin with everything you got in the first one. And then they're going to add in 4 extra face plates.
Oh, okay. So he's got...
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of like a Fembot deal, if you remember the Bionic Man, $600 Man, or the Bionic Woman. Couple of extra hands, and another pistol, and the mallet.
The mallet, and you get
a jacket.
You get other arms. They look like new arms.
Yeah, because in the first one you just get the Harlequin figure, but in this one you're also getting the Harlequin, but you're getting the jacket. So to have the jacket, you got to have the jacket.
You got to have arms. Yep.
Okay, so that's level 2. That's pretty good level.
And the jacket looks like it goes over the body that you have.
Yes. So it's just a jacket that goes on, and then you swap the arms to get the jacket look. And I think that's pretty cool how they are doing that, right? So you get a figure, and then in the next level, however much it is, you're getting all the bonus hands, a couple extra weapons.
Now, I got a question though. Are the levels based on sales, or is it like level 1?
No, I think their drawing boards are typically you back whatever level you want to back.
So if you back at level 1 at like say $30, you get that. If you back level 2 at
then you get this, yeah.
$50, you get this. Okay.
Right. And then the third level is everything you get in the previous level. And then you get the Jared Leto Joker. And at this point, what for?
What for? Yeah.
Right? The worst. So at this level, you back at level 3, you get the worst Joker in any DC movie ever. I don't. There's probably some Jared Leto fans out there that are not happy with me right now, but I'm just not seeing the purpose of that Joker. I mean, I guess if you want to complete, but
Has it been done before though? I mean, like, maybe it's
maybe
something
because
that
what was Mattel making DC when Suicide Squad came out?
I can't remember.
Yeah, because I feel like there was this Harley Quinn already, but I feel like it was a Mattel figure, and it would have been
Yeah.
in the proper 6-inch scale, not the 7-inch scale. So then there's a level 4, and this one it'll depend on the price, because now you're getting another figure, so I'm imagining the price bump is now double. Another version of Harlequin.
What?
Yeah. And this one's kind of cool. I mean, the second version of Harlequin here, I think, is kind of cool. So
Different hair and a black shirt instead of white. Okay.
yeah, so different. I mean, obviously going to be all from the same mold and stuff like that. But you get this pack, you can definitely just take the Joker and give him a toss, right? Or swap the head and make him an Alfred. I don't know. What do you think about this? Are you in for this?
Oh no, not at all. No, I
I
don't.
think it'll depend on the price, because if this isn't too bad, if this is like maybe under $75, that could be pretty good. And McFarlane's usually pretty reasonable, except for when he goes to his website. Then it seems like, I don't know what he's doing. Like today, he sent me a email, not him, but the company sent out kind of like we're personal friends. They sent out the email where they're now trying to sell you their EQL Batman, and one's like yellow or something like that, like off yellow. It's just the weirdest colors. And I'm like, okay, what do I even want those Batmans for? I mean, they don't remind me of any Batman I've ever seen. So
Yeah, Jonathan's saying the same thing. I like the base Harley, but no interest in the Leto or alt version.
I do like the alternate version of Harlequin, but yeah, based on price, the level 2 is kind of where I'm at, unless the price is pretty good for the second Harlequin, right?
But I'm just saying I'm not going to get it because I don't. This is outside of what I collect, but I do think they look very, very good. Like if I collected this movie versus DC stuff, I would be all over this one. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
just like I don't collect Marvel movie MCU stuff, I don't collect DC movie stuff either. You know?
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
The faceplate swap thing that they were talking about sounded pretty decent. Let's see.
It's an interesting way to do it because we've got head swaps with some of the 6-inch figures. Classified tends to go with wigs. They, the hair pieces come off and you put different hats or different hair or different things on, and you've got this weird looking head with a freaking peg in it or something,
Right.
And then he's doing the face thing where you take the
like the face
off,
right?
Yeah,
but Star Wars did it with their Black Series with the Endor and the Rebel Trooper. So
that's right, they did. Yeah, they took the faces off.
That's not an uncommon thing to do.
Well, Hasbro's done pretty much all 3 different things.
Yeah.
It'll
be interesting to know if the hair comes off before you do the faceplate, because that is very similar to what like SH Figure Arts and stuff does with their heads, right? When they are swapping the look on the face.
Yeah, that's true. They have the and the different eyes for like Venom and Carnage and stuff, where you pop the thing and put the different white. Yeah.
Right. Let's say hi to some people in the chat before we move on. So we got Gary's Grells is here, Paul Morales, you got Mr. B and saying hello, Ricardo, that's Q66, Jonathan Redmond's here. Let's see, I think that's it. But Jonathan is saying, yeah, that the faceplate swaps are norm for most SH Figure Arts, and her fringe is probably part of the faceplates, I reckon. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's probably true. Like you just pull off the face and it's probably got the hair in there. Now they did say the fishnet stockings were soft goods.
Oh, interesting. That's weird.
So that is something different. They're not like going to be painted on. They're going to be soft goods. Now these are
hi to Mr. B. Did we say Mr. B?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. B. Yeah.
And I hope Gary's doing well.
Yes, Gary, are you doing okay? Let us know in the chat. Well, he was doing toy hunts, I guess.
Yeah, I did. I saw that. Yeah, he's out. He's out and about. He's fine.
All right. So I don't know. We'll see based on price, right? They didn't announce the pricing or anything like that on the stream. They just kind of like reveal.
Yep.
All right. He says he is fine.
I am. Thank you. Yes.
All right. Moving along. This is the section of the show where we do a little bit of toy talking. So surprise!
Starbucks. Look at that.
Yeah, it's Yojo coffee, I think.
Anyway,
this
in a taser.
Police Emergency Service Units police officer from GI Joe Classified went up for pre-order here in the States on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. Did you see it anywhere else, John?
No, I have not.
That is weird to me because even the Target exclusive, like you mentioned earlier before we started the show, was up on Pulse temporarily, and that's typically what they do, right? Even if it's a store exclusive, they put it up on Pulse. But this was not on Pulse. I couldn't find it on Amazon, even though it's in Amazon in like Australia for months. And I don't know where it is in like Canada and stuff like that. So did you think it was kind of like the weirdest release of anything?
Is this also going to Star Action Figures and places like that over in the UK?
I don't know. Somebody from the UK would have to say, like, where were you able to pick this guy up or where he released? Because the thing is, it's a very strange thing that they made this legacy figure. They did all that stuff for the firefighter. The firefighter released everywhere. Target, Amazon, Big Bad, Entertainment, everywhere.
This arguably could be even cooler than the firefighter. You know, right. It seems so versatile. What do you got? You got a hat, you got a helmet, you've got the shield.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got all that equipment there, a taser, flare gun.
Listen, you got a flare gun for when you're lost in the city and you can't see the street signs that are on every single corner. You need that flare to be able to shoot it up in the air so somebody could like locate you when you're unable to like walk 10 feet to the street corner and tell them you're on the corner of Broadway and First.
Yeah, exactly.
So flare guns really important. Or if you're like, there's a scene at the gas station, right? And you want to send up a flare so that the fire trucks could get there before the fire breaks out. And then you realize your flare gun just set off the entire blaze.
Or like if a T-Rex is running down the street because they they brought it over from that island and the boat crashed and now it's loose, you can set off the flare gun to make it run in the other direction.
And then, you know, because most of the stuff is close quarters and stuff like that, you want that like machine gun with that little big gigantic
drum
of ammo and stuff like that. You yield that one and run one hand and drink your coffee in the other hand.
Yep.
And
apparently it looks like the coffee kind of fits in his hand.
Kind of, yeah. Well, it's just
the very bottom of it does.
Finger. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure I ever hold my cups by the bottom like this. I think
it's very tactile.
I grip it like that, so I'm not going to drop the thing, you know.
Well, the problem is the coffee people did not give him a sleeve, right, for the cup.
So it's burning his hand.
Holding it like even though he's got gloves on, he has to hold it, down around the bottom.
Well, they do give it to you at like 500,000 degrees.
It's true. It is true.
It's so hot when they first get it that you can't drink it or do anything with it.
So Jonathan is saying
the coffee comes so hot that I'm not kidding. My dad used to, when we would go out, he would get a Ziploc bag and put some ice cubes in it, and knowing that we were going to go out and get a coffee at some point, so that he could put an ice cube or two in the coffee because it came so hot, you know.
Well, I don't know. This guy's not very tactical. His patrol car is protected by his riot shield over there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And then I wonder what's happening in the background of the.
I was wondering, where do you get the smock? Those guys got rain smocks on back there.
It's in there. It's folded up. It's behind the handcuffs.
Is it? It's folded up in there. Okay. Yeah.
That's Jonathan is saying that he doesn't know where it's going to end up because it's not on Pulse EU or on Star Action Figures.
Oh, okay.
And then Ricardo wants to know where the donuts are, and Mr. B wants him to hold it from the room. So here's what I'm thinking about these. Do they make a tiny cell phone? Because I'm gonna have another one of my action figures posed with this guy filming him with his phone.
Well, the one guy came with a tiny dial tone, came with a little iPhone.
Oh, okay. So I'll have to get dial tone so that anytime I post my ESU police guy in a scene, somebody can have that phone and be filming him.
Yeah. And what's funny is dial tone came with on his weapon. It has a little phone clip, so he can clip it on his weapon. It's pretty.
Oh
cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And then and then maybe I'll do a whole video where they're having a conversation about where you can film. Well, I'm on a public city street.
Yeah, exactly. I got a question though about the head swap.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that neck attached to the head?
No,
or is that neck like a sleeve that goes over the peg?
No, I think what it is, it's like typical, like most like the GI Joes, where they have a head and a neck, and then the neck, it's probably has the peg where it easily removes from the body. So it's like a full neck that comes out. And so you don't do the head swap, you do a head neck swap.
Head and neck swap? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because do you remember that?
No
do you
extra
remember
hands, huh? There's only
what?
There's only the one set of hands though, is there?
It kind of looks that way, but I mean, like,
they could be under the feet. Yeah, they could be under the feet. Yeah.
So, anyways, it was kind of interesting, the release, because it was like no pomp and circumstances, no mention, nothing. All of a sudden, it was just available, and it wasn't even at the regular scheduled release times of 1 o'clock or 10 o'clock, right? It was just arbitrarily like.
Wasn't it a day before the other stuff or something?
It was the day that 2-pack released, the Deathbird 2-pack released. That was set to go off at 10 here 1 year time, and then just arbitrarily, like at 8:45, I noticed, oh, it's on Big Bad Toy Store. I thought that was just really weird, but yeah, it's a very interesting thing that, because I actually, and this is sold out, right? Like on Big Bad Toy Store, and I'm not sure on
Did it sell out? Yeah.
So to me, I think this is going to be a well sought after figure.
Yeah, I mean, if it's hardly anywhere and they did sell out, then
yeah. This is the 2025 Cobra Island Trooper.
Yeah, right.
Dun dun dun. $150 on eBay. All right.
Well, then they'll end up re-releasing this in a different, because that's what they did with the Trooper, right? They re-released.
Yeah.
it.
What I hope if they re-release this in the future, they get rid of the knee pads and the boots. They do pants with shoes.
Oh, pants with shoes.
Yeah, that's what I really hope for. So you can have a regular police dude.
That's true, because like, how often do you really see police officers out there with knee pads and those kind of boots?
Right.
You do usually have pants that go down to some kind of.
Now, people would argue that this is the emergency services unit, so like,
more like a SWAT
or whatever. But
I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. Anyways, all right. Anyways,
I guess it's supposed to try and be more versatile, because
I guess
if you do put the shield and the riot helmet on, you're kind of like, a riot police like that would probably have those kind of boots. You know what I mean?
So obviously we're not going to get into it, but this was a controversial figure, right? Like stuff happened right when the reveal was coming out, and that's probably why the company decided to hold it back. And I feel like the whole idea of this figure, maybe them just selling off whatever stock they got, is kind of like why the Adventure Team were born, right, in the 70s. It's because the 12-inch GI Joe started out, they were like a soldier line, right? And then
yeah.
And the 70s, there was a lot of like anti-war, whatever. So they didn't feel like selling soldiers was going to be like a profitable thing. So they converted the GI Joe line with the Adventure Team and started making them like regular men of action or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
It was like Action Joe and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it was, to me, I think this is all about.
Well, like it says Action Joe. It actually does say that.
Right.
Yeah.
The people who would complain about Hasbro making a comp figure don't buy action figures. This is true,
Yeah.
especially from the GI Joe line, right? If you're buying GI Joe figures, you
Yeah.
probably want a police officer figure. All right. Anyways, continuing on with Toy Talk. Something it's too bad Eric wasn't able to make it today because this really spawned, and maybe we'll do it again next week. But it just gives everybody a chance to like prepare. So I kind of like take a poll, general poll, if anybody who's watching wants to chime in. You don't have to list all your pre-orders, but mentally right now, can you just go in your head and say, oh yeah, I know every figure that I have on pre-order, without having to go search all the places where you would normally order from to know
Yeah,
what you have on pre-order.
I pretty much know. I have the last part of Devastator on order. I have the last part of Superion on order for Transformers. So those two. I've got 3 GI Joe figures on order. I have, who was it? Mainframe, Sci-Fi, and was it Lowlight? Who's the other one coming out? No, Lowlight we already got. Wetsuit was the other one,
Okay.
right?
I don't know because I'm not.
I did those 3 Joes, and then I have there's 3 more Thundercats crossing over with He-Man. I think it's Panthro, Tigra, and who was the other one? Maybe there's only 2 more.
All right, that's a lot of figures.
But yeah, that's about all I got on pre-order right now because I'm kind of cutting back on a lot of the lines, you know.
Jonathan clearly knows every figure that he has on pre-order. Gary says he does. 7 Hot Toys with Sideshow and 2 Marvel Legends. 7 Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Paul's collectibles. Paul says he keeps an Excel spreadsheet of pre-orders to keep track. So organized. If I kept it, the thing is, if I kept a spreadsheet to keep track, I probably wouldn't have this mess on the floor in my room either, because it would be super organized in here. I am the least organized person. Death Trooper helmet, Scarab helmet, Royal Guards. I will tell you, I did think about it after Eric mentioned it, and I was like, okay, besides these 2 GI Joes I just pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store, right? What do I have? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, Gargantos, the Emma Frost. I have the Boss Fight Studios from Big Bad, I think. And I think I canceled. No, Mephistos. Is that considered a pre-order, right? So yeah, like 4 figures on pre-order, and that's not including the ones I don't remember, and I can't include them because I don't remember. But off the top of my head, I can think of 4, but I bet it's double. Right. Yeah. And I'm not pre-ordering any more GI Joes, except for the police officer figure, because I figured there was going to be an issue ever finding that guy.
Did you get him though?
I was able to pre-order him.
You did get one? Yeah.
From Big Bad. Aftership is a great app for keeping track of your orders. You can even add tracking numbers so you can see it making its way. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'll have to check that out. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. And I have the second wave of the Aces of Aviation from Ramen with the Iceman figure and stuff like that. I have that one. So guess I got to remember those. All right. Anyways, I just thought that would be kind of interesting to like, man, I think everybody's in the same boat. Can you imagine though? Like Hasbro's just been moving up like the pre-order dates on like everything, right? Like if you had some of these Marvel Legends that you thought, oh, okay, I got till October, November, and then the next thing you know, they're shipping.
Yeah.
Right. It's nice to get them, but
I almost wonder if they had a lot of these things still had a buffer in them because of you remember when things were going slower after the lockdown and all that, you know what I mean? So I wondered if even some of these things that we ordered like a few months back still had that sort of buffer in them, and now things are getting back on track. The turnover is getting to be back to normal.
Right.
So they're showing up early in a sense.
Hey, did you happen to see Ryan Tinghe was recently did a guest spot on another live stream where he talked about his time at Hasbro?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, it was actually pretty good. I gotta tell you, I got to give him props for immediately saying that he was going to stand up for his coworkers. They're his friends, right? The guys he's been working with. So I guess when you work with people, you become more than just coworkers, right? Your friends. You travel together and stuff like that. So I thought that was really pretty good. He did say some things, but he did not say other things, which I thought was pretty indicative of a good character, right? To say I'm not going to be giving you the reveal list for the next 2 or 3 years or whatever, that type of stuff. And it's obvious that he still has some brand loyalty to the company that he worked for, which I think is great, right?
Yeah.
There were a couple of conversations that ensued during this thing, and they talked about how when they're trying to keep a product like a secret or whatever, and they're trying to capture there's two things, right? People make the argument they want to know everything that's coming out for the year so they could plan all their purchases. But there's the second mode of thought where it's like, oh, let's just reveal it and then everybody will buy it under an impulse purchase. So what do you like better?
I kind of like to know. Well, it's weird because I think when I was younger, I enjoyed going to the store and discovering the stuff at the store. Sure. Back when there was like Toys R Us, and I'm talking back in the Clone Wars era, like when the Clone Wars cartoon was coming out every week, my friends and I would watch it together. And then a lot of times we would go after what we would get together one evening, watch the episode, and get something to eat while we're watching it that we would take out, or a pizza or whatever. And then afterwards we'd be so hyped up, let's go to Toys R Us and check out the new figures. So we'd run over to Toys R Us and see what was on the shelf.
Sure.
And it seemed like every 2 or 3 weeks you had a whole wave of 4 to 6 new figures that were based off an episode that you watched maybe like 3 weeks to a month ago. You know what I mean? So we enjoyed finding those new figures from the episode we saw a few weeks back and buying the 1 or 2 that we wanted that looked cool from that series. You know what I mean? And that became sort of like a ritual, like a thing that we did every week. You know what I mean? And it was fun. So in that case, and back then I had more money, more disposable income and things like that. So it was kind of fun to just be surprised and see what's out there. But today, fast forward to 2025, where I'm more tight with my money, I'm more decisive on what I get. I'd rather know ahead of time and plan, okay, like you said, like in October, I need to have X amount of money saved up, free cash in my toy fund, because I'm expecting to purchase these things. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I guess that's my feeling on that has sort of changed over the years. And it could just be because of the price of, when we were buying those 5 POA, or even the ones with like 20 points of articulation, they were only like $4 or $5.99, where now we're buying figures that are $30, $35,
No, 20, 27.99.
27, that's right. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, but it's so that could also be part of it. It's just, you're not looking at a money that's sort of like pocket money. You're looking at real money,
Yeah, my thing is like this surprise announcements and stuff like that are cool. The only problem is it seems like the surprises are the stuff that are really cool. And unless they make them readily accessible, like with Mephisto, where like anybody who wanted it could just order it and get it, it kind of gets me, because if there's like a really cool figure that they're putting out and there's a chance of it just getting sold out before you have an opportunity to pick one up, that kind of sucks. Like this Psylocke double pack, I really wanted that. I can't find it anywhere. It's not available on Target. You can't get it on Pulse, right? So there's no way for me to get that 2-pack unless I go to the secondary market. Now, I'm assuming that what sold at Target was like the first grouping, like a smaller
I hope so,
group,
yeah.
and that they're going to get stocked up again, and then I'll be able to get it in the second group of figures. But I mean, I'm not holding my breath for that. I'm just imagining like, well, I missed it, right?
Yeah,
and I'm really hoping that I don't miss this like Cyclops when it gets released, right? Because I've been waiting for that Cyclops for long. I have my custom over here.
One with that style,
the style, right? Like, there's no way I was going to pay the aftermarket on the previous one, so I had to paint one up for myself. But right, I just in my mind, I just increased the value of that figure.
Of course he did, yeah. And here I am saying, of course he ruined that figure. You know, by painting it.
But anyways,
I like John what he says here too. That's a good comment. Yeah,
figures and other toys on the store shelves a hell of a lot longer back in the day too, John. Those days, it's a case and blink you miss it. That's exactly right. You go to the store. I went to the store this last week and I found that wave of GI Joe with like Monkey Wrench, Cobra Commander, and stuff like that. I think everybody's going to be able to find those. But literally, it was one box of figures that got put out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was obvious that it was like the one box. It was like 2 Cobra Commanders, had the Monkey Wrench. It had 2 of something else. I think it only had 1 Monkey Wrench or whatever. But basically, if I took one of each of the characters, that's it. You know what I mean? For the variety. And I took Monkey Wrench. So as far as I'm concerned, like that's the one I wanted, right? I only got Cobra Commander for the iguana.
But it just means that what you're saying is whoever comes in after you is not going to get Monkey Wrench now.
Right. Yeah. At that store.
Yeah, at that store, yeah.
Let's see. My Fig Voice says the price increases have definitely affected how and what he buys. Yeah, I can see people cutting down maybe one figure or whatever just because, I mean, the price increase, right?
I mean, I've cut down a lot. You know what I mean? Like from what I was buying. Well, I mean, back when they were $15 to $17, $18, $20, I was buying almost every single Black Series that came out. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, the time, and I gave up on every single Black Series that came out when they started cutting back on the articulation a little bit. I felt they were cutting back on the articulation a little bit,
and to cut back on accessories. I mean,
that's when I started.
Some of those early figures, like that R2D2, had so many accessories.
And so the other thing, before we move on to the bragging camp, the other thing I wanted to mention about that stream was he kind of talked about the Engine of Vengeance and why it failed, and he basically equated it to because it was a real world item that pretty much anybody can make, right? Like that's kind of what he said. And I was like, I kind of disagree with this. And that dude in the upper corner who also made a real world vehicle that he sold on from his toy company probably disagreed with that comment also. And Ramen Toy was there talking about his Ramen Racer, but he made it sound like he had like no clue about like how, if the Ramen Racer even sold and stuff like that, or what the price was. And I was thinking to myself, like, I find that hard to believe that you tried to sell a Charger style vehicle with flames and another company made one and you were completely unaware of whether or not they were able to sell them.
Yeah.
At a much lower price. Like I found it hard to believe, but using the principle that a HasLab would fail if it's a real world item, I now understand why the Rancor did not fund.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one, it ran through our yard the other day. So
I'm just messing around. But anyways, it was like, but based on the rest of the conversation, John, you know, at the time it was like $350, seemed like a lot of money and stuff like that. And I guess at that time, I will admit, right? Like at that time, I didn't think about the Marvel license, right? I didn't equate that into the cost structure, right? Like the difference between, say, Ramen doing his car and Marvel doing their car is he didn't have to pay Marvel for a fiery vehicle. And they were paying Marvel because they were billing it under a comic book character. You know what I mean? So they were paying this. whatever
So,
the royalty was.
$150.
I don't know how much it is, but they had to count that in. But then there was like a sneaky part of the conversation. I will tell you, there's a sneaky thing that went in there where they asked about all the tiers. And somebody said, just be honest, all the tiers and everything are just included in the base price, like as part of that calculation. And he kind of said yes and no. And then he kind of said something like, you know, when you, so do you remember the first HasLabs where they were like, oh, we sold so many, now we're just going to make up a figure and give it to you?
Yeah.
Those were not in the base price. But it seems like now when they make like the HasLab and they already have these offerings, they are factored in.
Yeah.
It's the sneaky part of the conversation that I got from it, right? So yeah, all the tiers are factored into that base price if all the tiers are being presented in the beginning.
So if they don't make all the tiers, then Hasbro really made out.
Yeah. And that's what I'm like, that's what I got from the fancy footwork that happened in the conversation.
Yeah.
But I thought that was very interesting to hear that and then think about that gunship, realizing that those other two figures were potentially part of the cost of the base.
What it is one way to look at it is you paid for the ship and 3 figures and you're only getting 1 figure now instead of
right. But now that they have that extra money that they would have spent for those figures, they can now do additional paint apps, which is what the designer guy was like saying, I hope there's money left over so we can add additional paint apps after production, because he was actually talking about additional paint apps and stuff like that. So now that they don't have to pay for those figures, they potentially could like make it look hella good.
You could be like, surprise, it looks better than we thought it would look.
Right.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, though, is as we've seen from all the other HasLabs, all those figures will come out as single card on a single card.
Eventually. Yeah. That
it might be
only available here as a HasLab.
Yeah, it might be 2 or 3 years down the road, but they will eventually come out. You know what I mean? Because they've done the designs; they're all set to go.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Bragging Camp. Do you have anything you want to show off or talk about this week?
I don't. Did I show the cover girl? There's a video up now with her.
I don't think you showed it last week, but I did see that you had a video. I just haven't had a chance to get over there.
Yeah, the video
does it come with the thing that she hits to show how strong she is? That little thing that pushes the little thing up and rings the bell?
No, that doesn't. You have to buy that separately from another company. It doesn't even come from Hasbro. This one showed up.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, with 3 different heads. Look at that.
Wow, they're really packing it in.
So you can have him smiling, or you can have him smiling, or you can have him smiling.
That's really weird. Like,
I'm not sure what's different about each head. I really am, and I think there might be writing, because in the cartoon, there's writing on the glasses sometimes.
Okay.
And it's hard to see, and I think there's different writing on the glasses. Yeah, there is. It says what the on one of them, alert on another. Yeah, it is. So it's in very fine lettering that you can barely see. At least I can at 50 years old. I can't see the damn thing. It says what the on one of the goggles. It says alert on another goggle, and then the other one is plain with no writing on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but otherwise they're the exact same head. And then I don't think I showed off Alpha Trion. And he comes with, this is kind of neat. He comes with a pen so he can write in his book. And the other interesting thing is the book has pages. Here, it's easier if I do this. See, like you can.
Oh, that's way better than the Marvel comics that you get.
You know what I mean?
And book transform.
No, it
into
doesn't
a
turn into
robot.
a robot. No, but it's
Oh,
got
that,
multiple pages, so you can kind of like.
oh, those are the legs, John. Those are the legs. The 2 pages, you just put them like legs and
Oh,
stand them up.
like this. They're just their feet.
It
But
does
yeah, so
transform.
Alpha Trion, that's pretty cool. And did I show the new prototype I got? The Ripper,
You're
right?
just so you know, you were like chatting.
Oh, I hit when I set him down, it was hitting the keyboard, wasn't it?
I
That's
think
hilarious.
I see the 7 at the end, so you must be saying how much you really love Super 7.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then there's a Ripper prototype that came in. So
Yeah, send that over, John. I'll paint it up for you.
yeah, you can paint it and make it the right colors. But
Or the
yeah,
wrong color.
that's pretty much it, you know?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have much. I have a video for like the Cobra Commander in the armor and monkey wrench. I will show you what I did though. So the Baroness that comes with the Rattler, the hair comes off. So I thought it was perfect. And what I did was I just put Monkey Wrench's little face mask and hair on.
It's Furiosa now, right?
Yeah. So I thought that was
That's
kind of
hilarious.
interesting. But I've been going to Ross just to see what's on sale. And I've been finding these like bendy figures.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so I've been picking them up. I just don't know what that's supposed to be a logo for.
That means you can bend the arm.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a knife.
Nope, it just means you're bending it that way. You know?
No, somebody, yeah. So that's it. I mean, nothing really big. Just got a couple of those things. Dean's driving. He said he was going to watch him drive earlier, but the problem is you sort of have to watch the road. He's not really driving. You know what the thing is?
He's calling me. Look.
He said that last week somebody gave him a hard time, and he just doesn't want to come on the show anymore. No, I'm just
driving. Hey, I'm watching and driving at the same time, but I just want to know, did you show the cantina?
The cantina. Did you show the cantina? No, we didn't show the cantina.
Well, didn't you get the retro cantina set?
Oh, that's already put up on a shelf way over there.
Well, what the heck? People want to see it.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
All right. I'm not impressed by that. Completely unprofessional. Like
I know,
interruption
right?
of the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dean, man. And you're driving.
He ruined the whole show. Yeah, and he's gonna crash into somebody. Yeah.
You know, I don't even think he uses hands free when he's driving. He's probably
he's
whatever, coppers. I'm on the phone. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm filming you. All right. I'm just kidding. Let's see. And here's a little part of the show we like to call the TV and movie news you didn't know you needed. Are you watching anything this week that you want anybody to know about, John?
I was still watching Alien Earth. Oh, I checked out that what is it, High Potential, because the new season is starting. That's not that bad. That's kind of a neat cop show. It's got that girl from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
So the lady that plays herself, basically.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. She got her acting. She did her acting classes the same place Mark Wahlberg did his.
Yeah, always plays himself.
No, I'm just kidding. I haven't actually seen the show, but she's supposed to be like really smart or whatever.
Really super intelligent. Yeah,
Right.
like makes connections with what she sees more than other people do, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, so
I watched an episode and it was pretty decent. It was pretty I might watch some more of it. It was pretty good.
So tell me what you think about this concept. I mean, you said you liked it. I'll just throw this out there because it seems to be very popular, right? Like one of my favorite shows is the show called Psych that's no longer on. Guy pretends to be a psychic, but he's just very observant. And the show is about this guy who's just more observant than any trained police officer ever could be, and solves crimes.
What she is. Yeah, same thing.
Solves crimes that they can't solve. So basically, there's a whole slew of these shows like Castle and
Bones was like that.
Yeah, where it's like just some person off the street is able to solve all these crimes that the police can't solve, and they need them, so they have to be a consultant or something like that, right? Yep. And it just cracks me up because I'm like, I don't know if that actually happens that much in real life.
You can't do that in real life. I don't think so.
can you pretend like you're a psychic if you're just really observant?
The thing is I don't think that if you were not an actual trained law enforcement officer, if you were just someone off the street who had no training and no official, I don't think any case you solve would hold up in court.
Can you imagine, right? And then do you know it? And it seems like, okay, so I'm just going to go back like 15, 20 years. Did it seem like there was a whole bunch of shows about the medical examiner solving crimes?
Oh yeah.
Like they didn't
And
have enough to do
PSI
down there in their
stuff.
medical examining room. They had to go out and actually like investigate and solve crimes.
They even did it on NCIS where the examiner was always out in the field. Yeah, so
It's just like crazy, right?
yeah.
And that goes back as far as Quincy, or probably.
Oh, speaking of NCIS, I also watched one or two of those Tony and Ziva episodes, and that's not that bad either. I thought
Really? Did they just own like a coffee shop?
No, they get in trouble with something, and people are after them. So they, so that yeah, I don't know. I gotta watch more to find out what's going on. But yeah,
All right. I like that show, The Mentalist, by the way.
yeah, The Mentalist was all right. Yeah.
All right. And I'm watching the same as you, like Alien Earth, The Great British Baking Show, and Deadliest Catch.
Okay.
I love that baking show, man.
I haven't seen the baking show, so maybe
So,
I'll check it out.
I just will tell you this about the baking show. So they do these little intros, right, during the seasons. A couple of years ago, I think they did a Star Wars one, but this year they did like Jurassic Park. So they're dressed up in character and they're like driving.
Is this the one where they have to make things that look like Jurassic Park? Like,
no, it's just like a cold opening where they're like trying to do a little comedy bit for all of them that are back. And then the one guy, the Hollywood guy, is like supposed to be dressed up like a dinosaur, and he's supposed to eat one of the judges or one of the people. But turns out that they ran into a real dinosaur. It's a funny little skit. But yeah, they do these incredible like showstopper like bakes where they have to make some intricate thing, and it's just fun to watch.
I was gonna say I did watch one where it was on Harry Potter where all the food had to look like something that was in here. So someone did like
cake. that was the different one where then they got on a train.
Yeah, they did. They got on a train and had to cook on the train or something.
Yeah,
but they one of them made like a phoenix cake and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was a little cheesy because they built like a frame out of wood and then just stuck cake on the side and I'm like, no, you didn't make a cake that looked like a phoenix. You made a piece of
phoenix and stuck it on a cake.
Yeah, like.
And then I don't know. Can you eat this fondant, the stuff that they use to wrap?
Yeah, that too. I think it's so sugar that like if you ate it, you'd instantly have diabetes.
You cut it open and then just peel that off to eat the cake. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think if you ate the fondant, you would instantly have diabetes and be stuck for the rest of your life. You know?
All right. So, anyways, this week, new to streaming should be Smurfs.
Oh, that's right. The Smurfs are on. I have to watch that still. I haven't. You know what gets me about it, though? I do have to say I watched the trailer for the Smurfs because I do want to watch the show, the new movie, whatever it is, because I always liked the Smurfs when I was a kid. But I think I'm so used to the voices that when I was a kid, that when I heard the voices in the trailer of like Papa Smurf and Smurfette and stuff, I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, why do they sound so weird? Like, you couldn't even mimic like the voices from our childhood, you know? Like,
yeah.
I just think they should try to be close. It's like one day if you woke up and like Kermit didn't sound like Kermit, you played the Muppet Show and Kermit was like, "Hey guys, it's time to put on the makeup." You know, like you'd be like, "What is going on? What happened to Kermit's voice?" You know, like
at least try to find a guy who can like make the voices.
Yeah, or similar at least. You know, yeah. I don't know.
Well, they want to make it for adults, but anyways, Haunted Hotel is now, it looks like, on Netflix, and if you didn't see it yet, Superman is now available on HBO Max.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was fast.
Yep. And you know what? I saw a thing for HBO Max and BritBox. So I'm wondering, is BritBox going to become part of HBO? Or is that going to be like a separate thing that I actually have to pay for along with HBO?
Huh. I don't know.
Because I'm very interested to see, because I don't think I've seen the final episode of this this show or the final season of this show I was watching about this like corruption task force in the British police. I can't remember what the name of it is, but they were hunting for H. Got to see how that ends. Anyway, Slow Horses should be coming out, I think, next week.
Oh yeah, there's new Slow Horses, right?
All right. So has everybody seen Superman?
Yeah, yeah. I actually watched it again because I think when I was up at the house, because I watched it with Mom, and I think that's when it got marked down to like $12.99 or something on digital. So I bought it and watched it with Mom.
That was like 2 days ago, and now it's free on HBO.
Yeah, it was like probably a week ago. Yeah, and then it's free on HBO. Yeah.
Well, not free because you got to pay for HBO.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't mind owning it digitally either. So
I don't either.
Yeah.
You know, even with owning Disney, there are like Marvel movies and stuff that I still buy just so I have them in my collection.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will tell you that is a dangerous, slippery slope because if you read the small print, Apple movies or whatever, if you buy it from like Apple or one of these digitals, they usually have a thing saying in there that they can remove movies at any time.
Oh yeah.
From their servers.
I usually get it, but I usually buy them on the Voodoo Fandango thing.
Yeah. Okay. So as long as you can download it, you're good. You can download it.
Yeah, and but one of the issues though is that like my brother had a bunch of stuff through a thing called like My Movies or Movie something.
Movies Anywhere.
And when they went under, I think Voodoo bought them and their clients. Right. So all the movies that he had on that were transferred over to his Voodoo account. And they didn't have to do that, is what I was going to get at. Like they very well could have said, we're buying the company and its clients, but none of the movies are transferring over. You'd have to buy them all again.
Yeah, they did.
And then when Voodoo and Fandango merged, and I think it's all owned by Fandango now, again, whatever you had on Voodoo transferred over to the Fandango thing. But I still think they don't necessarily have to do that. So far, we've been safe during 2 mergers or 2 acquirements. But I fully expect someday in the future that they won't always have to abide by that. And at some point, they could just go, nope, we're being sold to somebody you don't own, okay. So you don't own anything now. Right. Your whole library's gone, you know?
Yeah, I avoided losing stuff on my merger too. All right. The hot or not section, everybody. Here are the toys revealed that you didn't know you needed. Get your pocketbooks out.
Are you ready?
Anyways,
wow, look at that.
These are the NECA Ben Cooper. It is the Kiss costume character kids that are trick-or-treating at your door this year.
Why is Gene Simmons so much shorter than the rest?
It could just be the way I sized.
He's a little bit taller, isn't he?
It could just be the way I sized the picture.
Oh, it could be? Okay.
Because if you look at the size of the bags, right, they're not
the
same.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's me snapping the pictures and then sizing them. It has nothing to do with it. It was not like a group shot as like me taking 4 individual pictures and putting them on one slide.
Yep.
But I think they look pretty cool. If you're a Kiss fan, there you go.
No, Kiss. You're a Kiss Army.
Yep.
They call it the Kiss Army.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were they the first ones to have an army?
I don't know.
I think they were the first ones to call their fans the Army, right? The Kiss Army.
Could be. I just don't remember. I was never really part of it.
That's where it all comes from. That's where every army. That's where everyone's army of fans and followers comes from. Kiss. It all goes back to Kiss.
No, they are. Oh, they started a generational thing. All right. Then for all the kids that were like into Dungeons and Dragons, here are the Dungeons and Dragons NECA Ben Coopers.
And 2 of them have dice things. Look at that.
Is that cool or what?
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
One dice thing looks like a pumpkin, though.
I know it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they open?
It looks like it does, but I don't
I
know.
hope they open.
Yeah, it looks like it's a lid. Yeah.
Now, would you get these?
They do look neat, but I mean, no, I'm not gonna buy. I haven't bought any of these costume things, but I could see people getting these. There's some really good D&D fans that would probably love these things.
I think I'd get this guy in the middle.
He's funny looking. Look at the mustache.
I do like the mustache.
Yeah.
All right, Dungeons and Dragons, NECA Ben Coopers. This is a Mezco 112 Joker.
With
And I
cloth.
will argue. Oh, go ahead.
With cloth, right? It's cloth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cloth. Oh, because it's Mezco, so they do like the cloth outfits and stuff like that. Now, this is a very good point in the conversation where we could actually put this under the TV and movie news you didn't know you needed. Where do you rate Heath Ledger as the Joker? Do you consider him the best Joker, the worst Joker,
Well,
middle of the road Joker, more than middle of the road, or less than middle of the road?
I actually really liked him as the Joker. It shocked me. I was surprised. He was great for that set of films. But at the same time, he's not my comic book Joker. You know what I mean?
Okay.
After this Joker, the comic books changed into this Joker. But prior to this Joker being on the screen, Joker was never this diabolical and you know what I mean? Like in the comics, he didn't even look, he looked more triangle faced.
So in the comic books, he was more like and I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for this pesky bat costume character.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but but it was, but in the other side of it too is, I think because through the 90s I watched so much of Batman the Animated Series that's
the Joker.
That Joker really grew on me as Mark Hamill's Joker, to where I was like, yeah, like Kevin.
You have a love affair with Mark Hamill.
Like, what's that?
Do you think it's your secret love affair with Mark Hamill?
Yeah, right. It is. Totally.
I just love Mark Hamill. And
I've got a Mark Hamill doll in the closet that you don't know about.
That's not what I mean. It's like this Luke Skywalker can do no wrong. When he plays the Joker, he's the greatest Joker ever.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, it was kind of like Kevin Conroy was my Batman and Mark Hamill was my Joker,
Okay.
and that girl who played Harley Quinn was Harley Quinn, So it's kind of like when you see him, it's kind of like the Smurf thing, where when you see him played by different people and they're in such a drastically different way, it's hard to sort of decide. But yet in the Chris Nolan, whatever the Nolan universe of Batman, this Joker was perfect for that Batman, and it was a great set of films. And I wish he was able to come back, but unfortunately we lost Heath Ledger. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
and
shocked me how good this was.
And as much as he was a good Joker, he is not my favorite Joker.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's
Who's
a
your
lot.
favorite Joker?
I love the Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
Just because I mean,
he's a good Joker. Yeah,
it's one of those things where you see something like on the big screen for the first time. Now, I'm not saying I didn't watch the Adam West Batman, right, with the Georgia, but I always saw those on TV. But when I saw Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, that was a pretty cool movie to watch. And then just to carry the idea of Jack Nicholson, kind of, I felt like was the perfect capture of the comic book turning into reality. Yeah,
it was. Yeah. We actually, you know what else is a really good rendition of Joker is is it State Farm that's doing those commercials with you want to get Batman, but you end up with Bateman.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. No, I'll have to.
They have an entire Rogues gallery in one of the commercials where they show the Joker, the Riddler, the Catwoman, and Two-Face, and all these, and they're done so perfectly that it like I want to see that movie. You know, like
Okay.
let's let State Farm make a whole freaking movie with those characters. You know, like
Jonathan says that he loves the Mezco, but it's soft goods wouldn't fit in with the rest of his OG Batman stuff.
yeah,
Now this is kind of an interesting set because
this
this is
Halo.
Halo. They're like 6-inch-ish figures made by Halo, and I think it's Jazzwares.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't know how to.
Jazzwares
Is
does
it
the Halo.
Jazzwares?
Yeah, Jazzwares does the
Okay.
Halo. I think. Yeah.
So Jazzwares. So from my understanding, this whole set is just a little over $100.
Really,
And that's
2, 4,
6
6, 8,
figures.
10. Yeah, that's not bad.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, they're probably all the. Well, I don't know. They all look a little bit different, but there's some that look like they might have the same sculpts and stuff like that. So they're just painted differently. But it just boggles my mind when I see like a big set like this and it's like less than $20 a figure, and how other people can't seem to do that. But anyways,
yeah.
Okay, so that is
But
Halo.
then how many accessories do they get too? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like,
I see stuff attached to their backs and stuff like that.
yeah,
The problem is I'm not a big Halo person, so not
yeah.
for me. All right, this is the Hot Toys exclusive Wolverine, and I'm curious to know if this is one of the 7 Hot Toys that
Gary ordered. Yeah,
Gary has on pre-order.
yeah.
This is
Gary, did you order this?
Brown Suit Wolverine.
Is it 2 different heads?
I
Or
don't
did
know
they
how
do,
Hot
like-
Toys works. You think
Yeah, I
you have
think-
to like put that little leather hat on the and possibly mess up the hair on your Jackman figure?
No, I bet it's 2 different heads.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like 4 different heads.
Oh, I
Oh
see.
yeah,
what
Gary
you're
is saying of course he did.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It could be. But see, like sometimes those heads come apart where they'll have like a bottom jaw piece that comes out and you put in the other one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or
Two
the whole
different head
face,
sculpts.
the whole face might come off that Hugh Jackman thing and you put the other face on, you know?
Yeah. It's an interesting thing how a mask like a cowl like that changes your look, because with the mask on the lower half of the face, I would not see Hugh Jackman's face in that lower part of the face.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a weird angle on the left because it almost looks like his head is too big for the body, but
Oh, different face plates.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's
Okay.
a
That makes
face
sense.
plate. Yeah.
All right, that's good. And here is the G.I. Joe classified set that you were not able to secure from Target or Pulse.
Correct, because I was 10 minutes late.
Yeah. Well, you got to be right on it.
I know.
I would never be able to buy any of these because usually I'm working when they release everything.
Yeah.
Right.
I want these figures because they're part of the original like 82 line. You know what I mean? And those especially I'd love to have in this 6-inch size. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
So I'll just have to wait and see if they come back up. Like you were saying earlier, there's a chance that these Target exclusives end up the day they hit the stores, they scan it, it goes in the back room, they scan it to go to the shelf, and they end up automatically online to order. So if I'm there that day on the app, I might be able to order it and then go pick it up at the store or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then other people are sitting at home getting their pre-orders canceled.
Yeah. So I was always under the impression that the way like Walmart and Targets worked were they treat the online as a store. So say Target's getting 5,000 units of this. They're going to send X number of units to every single store that would normally sell 5 to 10 of these. And then they are sending like maybe 500 units to the online store. So then they open up pre-orders, and that's why they sell out so fast, because even though they have Target as a whole company has 5,000, online only has 500 to sell on the pre-order because that's what they're allotted. But then I think something is set off wrong to where maybe orders come in, and then they end up with like 600 orders or 700 orders. And then for a long time, the system is just figuring out like, okay, once the stores get them, because sometimes you can order online and it'll ship from a specific store, right?
Yeah.
Like if you order, it says, oh, do you want us to ship it to you? They just ship it from another Target.
Yep.
So maybe that it's saying like, oh, once the stock comes in, we'll just ship from store. But what ends up happening is like once all the stock comes in, they just hit the floor, so you can go into the store the day it releases and go pick it up, while the online is still trying to process and make labels. And that's why you can find it in stores before it ever ships a lot of times. And then I think because the stores sell out, if it's popular, then they end up having to cancel orders that go over what the online store was allotted. I don't know. That's a lot of speculating on my part, but
Yeah.
that's kind of how I always believed it to be the case. Now it's interesting because if they just sold you these two heads, you could probably put them on existing figures and just have these two characters.
Maybe, yeah. I guess I'd have to take all the gear off of Grunt and see or Breaker, say like Grunt or Breaker.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're the exact same figure underneath, or I know the legs look pretty much identical, right? But those are different chest pieces, right? Because one has the open collar.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But you're
I mean,
right.
sure
I don't know
from
if they're
somebody.
the same as Breaker or Grunt or whatever.
You
Yeah,
have to really go through and figure out who's who, because I'm wondering if this guy on the left, which one is that? Steeler?
Steeler's on I think Steeler's the light green one, isn't he?
Oh, okay. The other guy then.
The darker
If that
green
opens, no, I guess. I don't know. We have to really dissect all the parts on that. I don't feel like doing it. All right, here's the other GI Joe.
I don't feel like doing it. Yeah.
This is the Super Viper, or whatever they call him.
Ghost Viper.
He comes with 3-hand ghost sculpts. Is that what those are? Because it looks like one's pointing.
Oh, yeah. Do they connect to his arms? Like, that's
I don't know.
Weird.
But I really, really like the ghost faceplate one. That looks really cool.
Look at the teeth on that dog.
Yeah, the fiery under teeth.
Yeah, that dog head is crazy.
Now I'm curious to know if the cobra head fits on the dog,
or does it fit on the guy?
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's a big cobra head. Yeah.
I don't even know who this is.
Neither do I. I don't remember this ever.
To me, I'm just like, they just found a way to like repaint and recolor something and give them a cool name.
Yeah. Do the green things glow in the dark, or are they?
I don't know what those are. Are those so that green little things underneath? Like it looks like his backpack, right? Are those like ghost sirens? So he puts it on his back with those things up in the air, and when he's running really fast, the sirens turn on so people know to pull over.
Yeah.
No, I
just wondered if the animals glowed in the dark and stuff. You know, that
this
was
is
kind of cool.
just me making fun of action figures. All right.
But it does have a glowing hose that attaches from the backpack to that. Looks like it attaches to that pistol.
Yeah, I got to be completely honest, and this is not going to be making people happy and stuff like that. I got Monkey Wrench because I like the character. I bought that armored commander because of the iguana, and it made me think of the Mandalorian and Grogu. I haven't actually been that excited about many of the GI Joe releases.
Yeah,
like that guy with the giant scorpion.
No, I don't know. I don't need him either.
The scorpion.
Yeah, the scorpion.
You know what I mean? Like
smart. Yeah,
you mean the scorpion? I wish they would just come out with a pack of all the creatures.
Animals. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, like I said with the snake one, I wanted just that snake, and so and then yeah, you're right. With the scorpion guy, I want just the scorpion. I don't really need the guy,
Right.
you know.
All right, I put this in here. This is a better picture of the Spider Woman on
Yeah,
the
this is
Spider-Man
cool.
card back. This is if you get the digital comics, the Marvel Unlimited, and you get the certain membership tier, you get like a box, and the box typically has like patches,
figure
comes
in
with
it,
an
yeah.
alternate cover comic, and then there's figures, usually a figure every year. I think
Yep.
last year's was a yellow suited Daredevil on a card backer. That was 2
right.
years ago.
Yeah.
I have like a Venom Punisher and stuff like that. So
One
this
year
is,
they sent, I got a Nick Fury that they sent one year.
yeah. And then they did that was that first Tony Stark, I think I got. They did the Kitty Pryde, the pirate Kitty Pryde. They did the purple Deadpool. So this year, this is the Spider-Woman figure that they're doing, and I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah.
Now this is a symbiote suit, Spider-Woman, right?
Looks like it.
Yeah, I think so. Just like a black suit Spider-Man, yeah.
All right, and then Hiya Toys came out with this creature, and looks like he's about 6 inches tall. I
didn't like this particular ape. I didn't.
No?
I actually thought that the Empire movie in general was pretty bad. Because
Really?
I don't like the idea that now there's suddenly like 100,000 King Kongs. Like, why? The King Kong was great being by himself.
There's only one King Kong.
No, there wasn't. There was like 50 apes in that movie.
Yeah, but only one of them is King Kong.
Okay, yeah, but there's like 1,000 apes.
And that's the one you root for. You mean you're not rooting for the other 999? You're rooting for King
but
Kong.
I don't. Like, where are they going to go in the future now? There's going to be 1,000 giant apes all over the place. It's
well, if you think about like Godzilla or whatever, like you always thought, oh, Godzilla, and then the little flying dude, and then all of a sudden, how many other like giant creatures are there going to be? There's a whole
like they were all different.
They go through some portal. It's like some creatures from another dimension or something.
I liked that they were all different giant creatures, and I didn't like how Godzilla was pink in this one. I don't know. I guess I have something against pink. I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. All right, so not into the Hiya Toys creature that has like the vertebrae wrapped around his body.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. With 2 alternate head sculpts and
60 hands.
6 extra hands.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
No, not for me.
And then McFarlane, like I said, taking advantage of their DC. These went up for pre-order and were unavailable the last time I checked on Amazon. This is the Keaton Batman. If I see this in store, I will definitely pick it up.
But this is from the second movie.
Yeah, this is the theatrical deluxe. Yeah, Batman Returns. Still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I probably get this Batman. Honestly, I didn't get the 89 one, but they're refining the suit a little bit here, I think.
Yeah.
And
you want to be able to turn your head.
Yeah. And then of course,
oh yeah,
you get Catwoman, right? Like, this is super cool. So that would be a cool set to have.
Yeah.
And then you got
look at that alternate head. That's great.
Yeah. This was like a GameStop exclusive or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
the penguin.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Where's the black goo that oozes out of his mouth?
Right. But then you got this giant.
Oh boy,
duck.
Look at that. Yeah, the giant duck.
Yeah. That's something else. That's a GameStop exclusive.
Is it really? Yeah, that's it. That's GameStop, yeah.
So Batman Returns.
It doesn't come with that different figure?
I don't know. That's the thing is I think it does. So they wouldn't sell it's probably like twice the price though, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Batman Returns. And then I don't even know what this Batman's from.
I don't know. It looks like a Transformers Batman crossover.
Yeah, it's just weird, right? Like, okay, so Jonathan ordered
Is that Batman Beyond 2099?
Oh, you might be right. You might be right. All right. Jonathan says he ordered Catwoman Penguin and Robot Penguins. And I didn't show the picture of the Robot Penguins, but they looked really cool. Sorry, I forgot to grab that picture. But I was unable to order any of them because I was too late to get to them. I could probably get them from McFarlane, right? Like from their website, but I don't like ordering from his website. Okay, so those are Batmans. And then during their McFarlane Toy Show stream, they were showing off more Super Friends, like they're gonna trying to wrap that line up. So you had Aquaman. I kind of did these two shots next to each other because I like the fins on the back of the legs. That was
the fins are cool. Yeah.
So Aquaman looks pretty cool if you're collecting all of the Super Friends. This is Brainiac and Bizarro Superman and Bizarro Batman.
Wow.
And you can tell because the Superman logo's backwards and the Batman logo's backwards.
Gotcha.
No, you can tell because they got the Bizarro lines on the faces. Yeah. But they were talking about Brainiac, and they were basically saying they have no idea whether or not Brainiac's going to be in the next Superman movie because obviously they're not going to have the license by then, right?
Yeah.
But they thought because of the conversation that's going on out there, they thought it would be a good idea to get Brainiac out in the line. So I'm not going to pick up any of these, by the way, and I'm not going to get Aquaman, but I am going to get the next two Super Friends figures, 3.
Ooh, yeah.
Zan, Jaina, and Gleek.
Yeah, I could probably see myself getting this one. Yeah.
And honestly, just because it's Zan and Jaina and Gleek.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Because I think of all the Super Friends, I think this is kind of like the cool one. I don't know.
I have to go. I'll have to go track down an eagle and a bucket of ice.
Oh, all I'm gonna do is like Wonder Twin Flowers activate, and then I'm gonna pour some water on the little thing for my second picture. And then you got an eagle.
You need it. Yeah. Oh, we do. We have freedom. Yeah.
Yeah, you can use
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go, Zan, Jaina, and Gleek.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll probably try to track these down.
Let's see. Jonathan saying the penguin boat and figure were 90 quid over here and just no room for it. Yeah, I can see that being the case. And then they teased the real Ghostbusters
based on the cartoon.
Yeah. And who's that going to be, John?
In the middle? What do you mean?
Yeah, the shadowed out figure.
Well, that's you got Egon in there, Zedmore, and there's Ray. So is this going to be? Wait, no, that's Ray's in the middle then, right? And Slimer down there.
Yeah, he's over off to the side. So Venkman, right?
Yeah, Venkman. Yeah.
So that's new Mondo. The one.
Those are Mondo.
Yeah, this is the new Mondo. So they're going to round out their Ghostbusters.
Oh, so they've already done the other 3, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
so they need to do. Gotcha.
Yeah,
aren't those like $100 each or something crazy?
You can afford it. Come on.
No.
Put it on your pre-order list.
Nope.
All right, and then of course, if you're a NECA fan,
girls, the whole
make
team.
sure you pick up all the soft goods that go with your Golden Girls figures.
And pie, you get pie.
Right. And then there's Mod. All right. Anyways, I think that rounds that out.
I got pie.
Pie. All right. So I think that's all I saw. Did you see anything else this week that we forgot to talk about?
I'm still wondering when I want to see Predator Badlands. That looks good. I think there was like the last trailer, right? That dropped.
Yeah,
but that might have been a couple weeks back. I don't know, but I didn't see it till recently. And then I've been hearing a lot of really good things. Like, I want to know when Primal War is coming on streaming, because I have been hearing a lot of really good things about that movie, the dinosaur movie where they're in Vietnam.
Okay.
Have you heard about this?
No.
So there's a movie in theaters right now, or I guess it was out a month ago or so, but it's called Primal War, and it starts out like a Vietnam movie where they're like Platoon. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
And
that's
these
really
guys
interesting.
and the guys are sending. You're not supposed to know it's a dinosaur movie going in, but everybody does by now.
Okay.
So it's just a Vietnam movie where they send in, like, imagine if they sent in the guys from Platoon and they said, you've got to go in and like infiltrate this area and rescue this guy or do whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Someone's trapped behind enemy lines or whatever. And you got to go in and liberate this thing or do that. But halfway through your mission, you run into a freaking velociraptor. And then there's a
Oh.
T-Rex. And
Oh, I saw that.
you know what I mean?
Isn't that called Kong Skull Island? All right, I'm going to show you this right now. And you tell me. Okay, so check this out. I just saw this. This is the Run Fair, which is their like, oh, you got to get permission to buy it. And I'm like, okay.
Primitive War, that's what it's called. Gary's got it.
All right. Well,
whatever.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me what this is. What am I looking at?
A green suit Batman and a yellow Batman. I don't know.
Exactly. Why do I want to go to their Run Fair and buy these two Batmans?
Because they're from Detective Comics number 241. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. I don't want them either. Anyways, I just wanted to show those off really quick. All right.
So yeah, anyways, I'm just wondering when Primitive War is coming on streaming because I do want to watch it now. That I've heard really good things about it. Like it surprised people and.
Well, don't you want to go to the theater and see it?
No.
Okay.
No. These old ass Batman covers
are crazy. I know, right?
Well, maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it was a Batman cover that just had them in weird colors. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Could be. It could be.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sitting here in my toy room realizing, man, I really need to straighten this place up.
Oh yeah, I've been working on mine. You know, yeah.
I have just been avoiding this.
You get too much stuff, so you just
Well, I started because I replaced all these shelves, so everything kind of went into totes and stuff, and not everything made it back out.
Yeah.
And then I have like a corner over there where it's like I have some of my old furniture and I want to change it, but I can't change it until I get all that stuff.
Yep, I know what you mean.
All right, I'm gonna have to do that. Anyways,
and then I start going, well, I need to go over to the store and get 2 more pieces of slat wall so I can finish the wall of pegged figures, you know, and yeah.
I think I'm gonna put.
And then I actually thought to myself, like, my dad had bought this. There's an artist down here that does like pop culture art and stuff, and everything he does is limited. Like, he'll do one as like a painting, and then he does like say 20 prints of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he'll sell like 20 prints, and then those prints will be like a few $100 each, and then the original he might sell for $1,000 or $2,000 or something. You know what I mean? And my dad bought one of the prints of a Han Solo that he did. That's sort of done like a Andy Warhol sort of pop style, where it's got Han, you know, printed like that Andy Warhol style. And he did only like 25 of these prints, and my dad got number 2 of 25, I think it is up there. But we put it on the wall, and then when he bought this 75-inch TV, the TV's so big that it's covering half the artwork up. And I was thinking the other day, okay, if I take that artwork down and move it into the hallway, we can see the full artwork again, and my dad can appreciate the art that he bought. It's not blocked by half the TV. And then I went, and then I can put a shelf in above the TV and put stuff up there. You know what I mean? You're always looking for where can I squeeze more stuff in? You know,
I have one area where I had posters in the corner. I can put 2 movie posters on one and 1 movie poster on the other. And now I have like a high cabinet, so it's covering the posters a little bit. I want to get rid of that. I want to put like low cabinets so that I can actually kind of work on them, because I do want to seriously. I have been using this app called Knock Knock to do like these animations of some action figure
I've seen
that they take in.
They've been good. I like them.
It does a pretty good job, but nonetheless, you can tell that it's a little bit, it gets a little sloppy. And I've been like kind of editing in such a way where I've been like kind of cutting out some of the, trying to do my best to like work with what I get, right? Plus, it's a point system, so I don't want to be like locked into a pay thing.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
using like the free points.
Use the free points. Yeah, yeah.
So you get a certain number of like renders per day. So like you can do a 10-second render or a 5-second render, and it's either half or double. So what I've been doing is these 5-second renders. And the reason why is because I noticed it extrapolates stuff. And in the second half of the renders, it's just been like the weirdest crap. Like I did one where I had my Airwolf characters or whatever were on the table, and I had a picture of them in front of the Dragonfly with the Dragonfly pilot guy, Wild Bill, and I had them salute each other. And then the camera panned, and it just made up 2 figures. Like it just made up like 2 characters to throw like in the background after the camera pan. And I'm like, well, they didn't even look like G.I. Joes either. One looked like Woody from Toy Story. Like a little, and I was like, what did they do? I mean, it's like that Blade Runner thing where it's like he's like has a picture and he's like, and all of a sudden you see somebody in another room from a photo, right? Like there's no way that's happened. So that's not my stuff. And I'm just like, just think it's hilarious. So I've been doing the 5-second clips to avoid that. And then what I'm doing is most of my pictures are long. So there's multiple characters. So I'll run a 5-second clip. And when I make the video and you crop it into a short, you're cropping a portion of the screen. So I can use the same 5-second clip basically like twice. One in front of the other one to capture the 2 different actions. And then you end up with like a 10-second clip. So I'm getting a pretty good run from what I'm using. But that said, I want to have more space in here so I can actually start working on like my little stop motion film, right? Like I've got it pretty much like the story ironed out. And I've been working on some of the special effects stuff that I want to do because so just as a scene, there's like a scene where like the tactical team goes in, but there's guys in like a control center. And I've been working on the animation of the control center with like the red dots and like the little heartbeats and stuff. And like, as everybody gets shot, kind of like how they go offline. Like and then the characters would be like in front of the screens, like, oh my God, wow, whatever. Like, stuff.
I've always had this thing in my head of doing a I think I might have did one little short thing on YouTube once, but I've always thought of trying to write like a cop or military or A-team type drama but every character is someone that nobody can understand. So like Groot is one. So you have a team of like 4 or 5 guys. Groot is one of them because he always says, I am Groot.
Right.
Chewbacca's one because he just goes, Roll. You got like a Smurf that just constantly goes, Smurf this and Smurf that. We got a Smurf over there. You never know what Smurf is.
That's the team.
You know what I mean? And then you've got like Snarf who just goes, Snarf, 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 you know? And that's the team. So when the commissioner gives them orders like, you got to go downtown and stop this robbery, like, and they start discussing amongst themselves the plan, you know, you've got one guy sitting there going, I am Groot, and another one, Rawr, and another one going, Snarf, Snarf, Sniff, Snarf, Snarf, and the other one's, we got a Smurfy Smurf the Smurf to Smurf out the Smurf. And then they all go in different directions and do total chaos because none of them understood each other. So they don't know the plan. And it's just madness, you know? And of course, the bad guys get away and the good guys all get killed that they're supposed to rescue because none of them can work together because they can't communicate, you know? And then it would just be a hilarious cop show, you know? Like that's how my head works. I don't know.
And then every once in a while, that little Babu Frick drives by. Hey,
yeah. Uh,
Oh man! All right, we got
Same
some really,
times on board. He says that's great. Like
we got some really weird minds here.
uh,
Anyways, collecting action figures is a lot of fun. I got to tell you, like, there's so much stuff to do with them,
yeah,
and
yeah,
technology's moving along and stuff like that. And I can be upset with like the AI and the apps that will help you do stuff. But I mean, I was so happy when I found Stop Motion Studio on my iPhone, which allowed me to take a picture, the frames, and then would just render it into a movie. And I
yeah.
didn't have to take it to a third party to make that. Right. And then now, I mean, the one thing I can't do with my figures is I would have to go in there and post edit, like if I wanted the mouths to move. But I bet 100% I could just put two characters in a picture, upload it to that knock knock or whatever, and just give it the thing like these two characters are talking to each other. And then
Yeah,
it would just render it with their mouths moving.
yeah,
Right.
that's right. Yeah,
And then you could just use those clips over and over again or something like that.
yeah.
So it's been really interesting to see how like
Aren't some of those photos you did with the action figures have like AI generated backgrounds and things? Didn't
no, so I didn't use any AI to create any of the pictures that I use. All those are my action figure photos. So if they
Oh, so
had like
you're actually going outside and putting them by plants and stuff?
yeah, so like the one with
Oh,
my
okay.
with my
I was
Gridiron
mistaken
Studio.
then. I thought some of that was AI background. I was going, wow, they're doing really good. The statue looked great, and some of the foliage in the background looked real.
No,
But
so that
it
Indiana
was
Jones
real.
that is actually in my raised bed garden outside.
Yeah,
And I actually had it out there for a long time until it broke. But it was one day I took those pictures of like Indiana Jones. Now, the interesting part is with like my Gridiron, like little vehicle, I had it sitting next to a puddle in my bioswale. They have these swales where they collect the water after the rain. So they
yeah,
don't have runoff on the streets. And as they were drying up, that's where I had those puddles. So I had it sitting there next to the puddle. Now it did drive along, right? So what it did was it did create the app itself created more background,
okay,
right? What it figured was going to be more background. But
okay.
like the original picture is the background
The
that I
real
had.
thing, yeah.
And then the app itself just makes what it assumes is the background. Like
Would be the
I
rest
did
of it.
I did the one of this. It was a speeder bike, and I did it with the Flintstones music because the dude's like running with his feet. That's why I did that. Now that's in my yard, and it was like on a little slopey hill, and it's all like kind of like brushy, like. So then, as the speeder bike pans, all of a sudden it's like a desert with like mountains in the background,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, wow, that'd be really cool if my yard turned into a desert with like a background. But I mean, that's not my yard. That is the
That's
AI
like having a Hasbro
generated.
toy commercial backyard.
Yeah.
Where you're
Just,
like, what kids on the planet have a backyard like that?
yeah.
Where they show them like going over these rocky terrains and there's trees and spill ports and everything. You're like, those kids in those commercials had the best backyards in the world back in the 80s.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is like, it's like I took all those pictures, and I probably made short videos from those pictures before, but they were like static,
Yeah.
like put 2 or 3 pictures together or something like that. So this is just like you're taking your own action figure photography and kind of giving it a little bit of new life, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
kind of like really cool in a way. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
It's fun, yeah.
yeah. So I would really like to be able to take like one of my old stop motion videos and upload the whole like 3-minute video and then just say, make this look better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And have the AI go in and correct like the lighting, the flashing, because originally when I did my original action team, I was using not a traditional camera, but like a digital camera, and I was taking frame, and then uploading them into the computer.
Yeah.
Well, it just depends on how the camera captures the light. Well, some of the frames were
It'll
off,
go
and I couldn't
darker
go
light
back.
or darker light. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can't go back and recreate it like at 8 o'clock at night because then
Yeah.
it's dark. You know what I mean? Because you're not working in a. Now I got to get the app again. Didn't figure it out.
I like it. Make this look better. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the prompts are bad. I mean, like I put one and it was one of the Cobra Trooper women, and she was like in the photo she's like getting ready to punch Chuckles, and then in the prompt it was like, have this character repeatedly punching the man, and then I go, have the man shake each punch off and then laugh. That's kind of like the prompt or whatever that he did. And the video is literally like his head and her fist, and she's like, and he moves his head and she's moving her hand around and never makes contact. Then I started thinking, like, I wonder if this app just can't like
It's not allowed to punch. Yeah.
the punch. But
Yeah.
then I did another video where like it was like the Ray action figure and a bunch of troopers, and I was like, have the character in gray defeat all the characters in black, right, with her staff. So she had the staff, and I thought it would make like a little fight video. No, it makes a video of her running and them shooting at her in the back. Like, this is no good. Anyways, it's kind of interesting. It's a little bit fun. I know there's a lot of like people that don't agree with the way AI is and stuff, and then I just wonder, what is it learning from me uploading my pictures to their app?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I get weirded out sometimes by like just not being able to get it to do what I want to do. Like I've used it sometimes for the to get some still things or some little animated shots for the Super Awesome Science channel thing there when I do it. And there was one where I wanted to show a crashed UFO, but from as if you were in an airplane flying over and surveying the crash below. And I kept asking it, like, I want a crashed ship, crashed UFO, flying saucer, like on the ground with debris and bodies from the craft, alien bodies. And I want to from a viewpoint of flying over it in an airplane from above. Sure. And then it gave me a shot straight on. Like I was standing in the field looking at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I mean from above, like if I was in a helicopter airplane looking down. And then it shows me a shot from if I was standing in front of it again. And I'm like, going, can you not understand what?
No, it's trying to figure out, how to, there's a disconnect, right? Like,
yeah.
Somehow, like that's why I'm like, it's not smart enough yet, right? Like, okay, Prophet's asking if you could take a picture of Superman looking like he's about to take off and then tell AI to take him into space. Yeah, you could probably take a picture of Superman like looking up or something like that, and then just in the prompt say, have this man fly into space. And then who knows what it would do though at that point, right? Does it make him run over to a spaceship, or does it make him actually fly? Does the AI realize, oh, this is the character of Superman? I don't know. So same time Toys is saying he likes the Serpentor and the Flint. So let me just show you how this turned out. So I had this picture. This is a picture that I took of my Flint in the Spider-Man Noir body and the air chariot. And then in the prompt, I said, have the air chariot turn towards the man and then have the man draw his gun. So I'll just hit play. He draws his gun, but look at the air chariot. The base is just spinning.
It just starts spinning and then it gets all wonky.
So it doesn't understand how the thing is supposed to fly. So then I did a second picture, which is a longer shot. You get more of the air chariot. And I said, have the man start shooting at the air chariot and then the ship, and then the ship would turn and start shooting at the man. So that's how it goes. He's shooting and the air chariot kind of flies around with the base, right?
Yeah.
And then it flies by and he still shoots in the direction of where the air chariot was
not where it's going.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you look closely, he's shooting out of his hand because he doesn't have any weapon in his hand.
And that's a lot of flame for a gun for how much extra gunpowder was in that freaking bullet. You know what I mean? Like that's quite a big flame. You know.
So it's just okay. Let's see. Flint. So I've been wanting to make a pick series of Armored Commander fighting Serpentor. Yeah. It's just hit or miss. So I taken the video and I'm editing out like kind of some of the stuff that doesn't look right to make it look a little bit better, right? Like holy hilarious air chariot banner. Yeah. So it's just funny, but it's just the way you were to use it, right? It's called Knock Knock, Nauk, Nauk. And the thing is, if you render your video, just post it, right? It's like the Knock Knocks community or whatever, and then watch some videos. You know, you can knock it. So like if you see a video you like a character walking in like a fashionable way or something, and you have a similar picture of one of your figures, you just go knock knock, then upload your picture, and it will kind of make your figure do the same thing. And spending time like uploading videos and like watching other videos earns you community
more points to use.
So instead of just getting the 120 points a day, if you're active, it'll give you extra
more
points. There are pay plans, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so tempted to try one of the paid plans just to see if the renders are better.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm tempted.
Or could you do like a 3-minute video if you pay?
Yeah.
You know,
or could you? Because honestly, like if you do 5 or 10, 20, 30, 40, 6, 10 seconds clips, you could string them together into a minute-long thing. Right. Like if you took like 2 pictures of a fight, right? Like then there's like a fight scene that goes on for like 10, 15 seconds or a shootout or something like that, right? And you could reuse footage. That's what TV shows do, right?
Yeah, the old cartoons did it, yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing too is there's something you can do, like if you took your a picture of Darth Vader and he's standing with his hands down with his lightsaber, and then you have a picture of him like this with his lightsaber. I haven't tried it yet, but it seems like there's a first frame, last frame. So you can tell it this should be what the first frame, and then this is the last frame, and fill it in. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like have him draw his lightsaber up or something.
Would the blade slowly come out, or would it just be like pop?
Well, it just depends. I mean, like one of the videos I did, Rey had her staff, and it transformed into a lightsaber.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like a dragon or something.
Oh no, you should see. Let me pull up the Knock Knock app. I didn't even use this for any. I used a portion of it, but let's see. Okay, so look at Rey, right? She's got the big blue gun.
Where'd that come from? Wow.
It just transforms.
Yeah.
Right? Like transformed her spear into a giant blue gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just hilarious. Like, you know, it's interesting, but fun and funny in the same way. So, I mean,
you're
into like taking pictures with your actual.
That actually makes me think, like, could you put Megatron next to her and then have him go and turn into a gun that she grabs? You know what I mean? Like,
well, it makes me wonder if you took one of your Transformers and took a picture of him in the vehicle mode, and then took a picture of him in the robot mode, and then just said transform this guy into this vehicle or robot.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You could then the AI would just figure out how to like smush them down or something.
Yeah.
It's just a fun app. It's just something different.
Yeah.
So
same time has a good point though. Never pay or you get hooked. And then you're broke.
Yeah. So I was thinking about if trying the $9.99. I think the monthly is $9.99. It says that you get like a more powerful app or something like that. Then I was thinking if it works, I wonder how easy it would be to transform, you know, a series of photos into like a 3-minute like movie, and then you just do the voices.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that's a plausible way to go, that could be like, you know,
how many voices can you do?
I can do unlimited. Have you not watched my stop motion videos? I am a cowboy dude.
Yeah.
I'm a deep voice dude.
Yeah.
I can even be a high pitched
I'm
dude.
in. I actually did some for somebody's. They did some animated thing, but it was like a guy like you or I that was doing it, and he was another YouTuber, and he was like, "Can you do a voice for one of my?" So I sent him in some voice clips. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I always intended to, like, if I ever finish this thing, like, reach out and ask other guys that I know, right? Like, hey, would you be
Yeah.
willing to read these like 10 lines or something like that?
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
maybe
Yeah.
do like a Zoom call or something like this, right? And then just like play the video while everybody has a copy of like the script or something like
There
that,
you
and
go.
just
Yeah.
try to record it as
Yeah.
it goes. So then you just put the voice, and then of course you got to do the audio effects for the like the weapons or whatever and stuff like that. But that would be like kind of a cool like thing. And then like even if it wasn't live, you could record it, and then later after you put out your little short film or whatever, you can do like a behind the scenes, like this was like the recording of it or whatever.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think it would be fun. It would just be a fun way to like do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
But you know, they got AI apps that have multiple
New
different
voices now. Yeah, you're right.
voices, right? I
You
did a
don't
whole
even
series
you
of
don't
like
even need
the,
you don't even need the voice actors anymore. You can just hit the do different voices. Yeah.
yeah, I was doing all those Ross videos with like an AI voice, the ones where I was like, this is GI Joe Duke or whatever, and he's been hiding on this bottom shelf or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not promoting, but watch my show Smoking Joe's. We're going to be talking play motion tonight. Oh, okay, we're going to check that out.
Yeah.
6 p.m. 6 p.m.
Eastern.
Is that Eastern time or Western? Because if it's Eastern time, you're talking about
An hour from now.
and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So West Coast or East Coast, just let us know so we can check it out. Play motion, yeah. So, anyways, it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with the app right now. But like all good things, they all usually come to an end, right? Like,
Yeah.
this StreamYards was really useful at one point, and then it just became like you got to pay for every little option.
It's terrible now. Yeah. And I wish OBS wasn't so complicated. It's just
Well, the problem with the OBS is, right, you got to stream from your own computer, which means you got to have a good upload.
a real good connection. Yeah.
Yeah, a real good
And a
upload.
good connection to everybody that's a guest. And you have to have each guest as a separate input, a separate camera. And it's not as simple as just sending them a link. It's very, yeah.
Yeah, so same time choice is saying Eastern time, so in about an hour. All right.
Yeah.
So let's check that out. Play motion. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yep, taking pictures and stuff is fun, doing different stuff. I really do like collecting a lot. Obviously, my wife's not so happy with it most of the time when she sees the boxes showing up.
Yeah.
Or she opens the door and says, when are you going to clean this room?
Yeah. Well, what else can you fit in here?
Yeah. But yeah, anyways. All right, well, I think that's it. We'll wrap it up so everybody can go get something to eat before checking out Smoking Joe's.
Yep.
Anyways, you got anything coming up this week, John? You want to talk about?
I've just got some more videos coming out. I've still got a big chunk of things here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 or 8 things that I got in the pipeline. You know what I mean? To look at. So no shortage of videos, and things keep coming. I actually just won on eBay a giant lot of this is going to be kind of exciting. It's a huge lot of. Do you remember Stariors from Tomy? Like, I've got a whole collection of them.
You're the one who drove up the price.
I've got a whole collection of those things.
I know you. That's why I was trying to get some, and then you drove up the price.
Drove up the price. But there's these mid-range ones. You know, there are like 4 to 5 inch robots, and then there's really little tiny robots that go along with it. And I have the small ones and the 5-inch ones. But then there's these ones that are sort of in the middle that are almost like little cars. but they've got like guns on them and all these things. And
I'm
those are
sorry,
the
St.
hardest
Penn's Toys will
things.
probably run right into your show at this point.
Those are the hardest things to find. And I actually ran across a big lot, like a big pile of toys that had 3 of those little cars in them, those little mini ones. And they're missing a couple of parts, like the couple guns are off them or whatever. But there's also like a whole bunch of Zoids and other things in it. And I just threw a offer out to the guy. He was asking some price, and I like basically cut it in half and threw an offer at the guy, and he took it.
Oh,
So
that's pretty
I won
good.
this giant pile of Zoids and all these and there's a bunch of dinosaur robots in there and other things. So it's like it's going to be fun to look at all the parts and all the stuff and see because those little cars are generally like close to $100 each. And I got this entire pile with 3 of those cars and all the Zoids and all these robot dinosaur toys and all these other things for like $70. So like it's basically like less than one of the figures is what I paid for to get all of them. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't wait to get that in the mail now and take a look at everything that's there. And
But that's not going to be this week.
no,
Okay.
it's got to
All
be shipped. It's got to be shipped. So
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you again on the Toy Duo Team. Roll the music.
Addiction and your shelves are overflowing.
Hold tight.
When you don't know what new is coming, but you fear you might miss out. Just sit right back, just relax and watch you listen. The Toy Duo Team brings you what you need. The toy news you didn't know you